What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I did a little YouTube action, so it's time to do some little Facebook and throw a video on here, and to discuss a little bit about the demonstration last night, the destruction, the surrender of Nicholas Axeman Walters, due to the sustained attack from Vasily Lomachenko, high tech, Man, a lot of people are giving him beef, and and they should. I'm a good person of balance. I'm a Libra, so I'm a well balanced person. I believe in balance. What goes around comes around, karma, whatever you want to call it. This balances it out. This balances the scale between East and West, right? Because we had a not so happy decision last week, but then we have a not so happy decision on the other end this weekend. So, it all balances out. Nicholas Axeman Waters, his excuses were, I haven't been in the ring in damn near a year. True. I should have took a tune-up. True. And, therefore I quit in the 8th round, or the beginning of the 8th. True. However, knowing that HBO was trying to lowball you, knowing what was against you, that's the reason you should have fought harder. That's exactly the reason you should have fought harder. You should have never quit, because what's going to happen now? What do you think that's going to happen? How do you think that your career is going to expand? How are you going to bounce back from this if they didn't give you a fight in a whole year? And now you quit, so that hurts your marketing ability. He did upset some people. The Sosa fight was BS, but then now it doesn't matter if the Sosa fight was BS or not. You're just letting the powers that be get away with the things that they've done to you. Nicholas Walters should have came out there to prove a point. He should have fought to the end. He should have went out on his shield, and he didn't do that. So a lot of guys, if you're a Nicholas Walters fan, you should be disappointed. And Nicholas Walters was making a believer out of me, what he did to Donaire, the injustice that happened with Sosa. And, he was a force to be reckoned with, because, everyone loves Donito Donaire. He's a good guy. He's a good, humble guy. He has a good left hook. He has power. However, they were promoting him a little bit more than his skill set, because Rigondeaux took Donaire to school. Okay, he took him to school, and Rigondeaux didn't get any praise or accolades for that. From the HBO general powers that be. Actually, Bob Arum blackballed Rigondeaux. His last fight on the contract wasn't even televised. I think it was in Japan, and I don't even think you could find that fight. You might can find it on YouTube somewhere. Hopefully someone gave a damn enough about Rigondeaux to post it, That's if they had the material to even post a YouTube video. So I'll look later on, but doing how they do, they have their picks and chooses of fighters. Yes, they love Lomachenko. Yes, they love Donaire. It's not about loving. That's why they hated Floyd, because Floyd was a guy that they didn't promote, they didn't care for, but he kept winning. And anything, if the powers are against you, and you have to change the spectrum by your own admission, by your own will. Nicholas Walters knew, and he talked a good game at the beginning. If you notice, he talked a good game. Like, hey, I'm not leaving it in the hands of the judges. Just like my prediction video yesterday, he said, I'm going to go out there and knock him out. But when Lomachenko started giving him them angles and the speed and the power and the precision, and, he couldn't do anything with it. It just frustrated him, and I think he just quit over frustration. So, but the thing is, here's the deal. He's not the only fighter that did that. Unfortunately, those other fighters weren't Nicholas Walters. They had made their money. And I don't think $300,000 is enough to sit down on. I don't care where you're at, especially in Panama. You could live a while. I'm glad he got a paycheck, but he has to look towards the future, or at least he's going to be fighting on ESPN Friday Night Fights, because those venues are not going to support him doing those type of actions. So, yes, he should have went to the wire, should have fought to the end. Just get knocked out. Don't do what he did. He's not Roberto Duran. He's not Oscar De La Hoya. You know, he's not Victor Ortiz. Victor Ortiz is in movies. Oscar De La Hoya is a promoter. You know what I mean? So that tells you something. Roberto Duran has fought 200 times. So he's made his money. He's an icon. Walters is not. So he should have fought to the end. And I don't really know what he can do from this point on. You know, maybe he should go back to 126. But however, you know, he has to do something. And we just got to sit back and wait how he redeems himself. For Lomachenko, that's another story, and that's another video. So this is Kirk DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and you've been counterpunched. Peace.